Well, welcome to Mizen Head. It is a lovely blustery morning, nearly 10:30, and myself and Guillaume over there are going to be driving my Zoe from Mizen Head, the most southern point in Ireland, to Malin Head, the most northerly point in Ireland, and we're going to be doing it back as well. So we're going to go up to Malin Head, then back down to Mizen Head, and we're going to be doing it in one continuous drive, so hopefully about 24 hours, hopefully. As you can tell, the weather is pretty horrible, so yeah, so that's not going to help us, but hopefully we'll us and little Zoe will be fine. So we'll see you guys along the way. So 10:29 at the moment. We shall be leaving as soon as that goes on 10:30, and hopefully we will be there you go, and hopefully we will be back at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Now, first stop, Bandon. Made it in good time actually. We're back on schedule even though we left a half an hour early, which is good. Our schedule is a little bit conservative. We came here with 25% still left. We're currently charging at 45, and the weather is still very windy, although it has improved slightly. So we'll have the wind in our back the whole time going up to Malin Head, most of it anyway. So hopefully by the time we get there, the weather has improved. So time to unplug and move on to our next point, Rochestown. It's a leaf taxi! Right, we're in Rochestown. I just want to show you guys this. Okay, so here we go. So the Nissan Leaf is charging 32 kilowatt speed. I'm charging at 40 kilowatt. That is amazing. And apparently the power that it has is 50% roughly. That's probably, yeah, that's the power that's being provided. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty good. Well, anyway, it's working. And the next stop is going to be Cashel, I think. And so we're going up into the Midlands, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys there. So 23 minutes in Rochestown, and we are on our way now to Cashel. Guillaume here is answering questions on Twitter, and I'm trying to make sure we actually have enough power to get to Cashel. Trying. So far it's looking good, although our sat-nav is saying that we can't make the 76 kilometers. But at the moment we left a half an hour late, and we're actually back on the schedule that we originally had an estimate of. So we're doing quite good actually. If we can keep this up, it'll be brilliant. I'll try and check the battery status with Kansas City when we're in Cashel, or maybe a bit later. See how the battery's holding up, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So charging in Cashel. That's the current heat map. So the red cells are probably a bit on the warm side. The fans are going front and back. We've done pretty well so far, and our overall charging will be linked here. Let's see now, 95% state of health. That's gone up by 1%. Now, charging infrastructure, charging info. So, come on, populate. Here we go. So, total power going in 38.2, energy to full 15.3. That's cool. Oh, right, that was Cashel. 14 minutes, time to move on. Time to move on. Cashel has been great actually since they replaced the charger and actually painted the space. It was great. So on our way to Dublin Airport, at the moment there is a 5-kilometre gap between my estimate range and the actual distance to my destination, but that has been 25 kilometres a little while back, so we are actually gaining some. Hopefully we'll actually make it. We've been tagging behind a Dutch truck who isn't really enjoying the fact that we're right behind him, but so far has put up with us. That seems to be helping. There's also a nice long downhill into Dublin, which should also help the estimate range. And I'm counting on the fact that the car is very pessimistic. So all in all, it should be okay. How are we doing on time? 15 minutes? We were saying we're 15 minutes behind schedule?
Yeah, about 15 minutes now.
About 15 minutes behind schedule so far, but we'll see if we can keep it up. We're only about a quarter of our journey in, so we'll see if we can make it up. Okay, just about to hit the M50. Ring road.
You caught me eating.
Well, I'm sorry.
I've waited a few minutes.
We're going to be driving for 24 hours. They're going to see us eating at some stage.
Not too much.
Not too much. Okay. Well, we're just about to hit the M50. We went from having a deficit in the estimate range versus the actual range of, I think at some stage it was 20 kilometers, and we now have 12 kilometers to spare. So yeah, so that basically just goes to show that Zoe is rather pessimistic and gets more optimistic the longer you drive, depending on how you drive, of course. So it looks like we'll make Dublin Airport just fine. And we've had some people trying out the charger, because apparently there was a report out yesterday that it wasn't working, but it looks like everything is okay. And as you can probably tell...
Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Thank you. It was also lovely to meet Nick and Donal with his lovely Tesla Model S at Junction 3. I was genuinely jealous. He had his car for, was it 10 days, I think? And if I had the money... Yeah, it was a 90D. It was 10 days old, absolutely beautiful. It had all the trimmings, except for, I think the only thing was the insane mode upgrade. Is the only thing he didn't actually pick. It has a lovely sunroof, beautiful. Anyway, so the next stop is Dublin Airport. Right, finally charging after having to swipe my card for about 3 or 4 times. Actually more, it was about like 6 for the fans to start up. But we appear to be charging at 44 kilowatts, so we are actually properly charging, so that's good. We have a couple of people wanting to buy us coffee, so let's have some coffee. Oh, a bit more? Okay, more lights. Okay, hello. We've just left the airport.
After 300 meters, cross the roundabout, second exit.
Thank you. Straight ahead. So we're now basically driving towards Sword. We're going up to Castle Bellingham, and the weather is gone really bad. Really bad.
Exit are 132.
So basically, we met 2 Leaf drivers.
3, technically.
Oh, technically 3, yes, you're absolutely right. 2 that were actually there for us, and a third one actually pulled up whilst we were there. They were lucky to actually get a charge, because that charger at the airport is always locked. Yeah, I had to, as I said earlier, I had to actually spend a bit of time trying to get the damn charger to actually work, and that's going to be the story in the next charger of that particular model as well, so that'll be later on. So I'll say this again, please update the software on it. So the next stop is Castle Bellingham, and that's a 22 kilowatt charger, because there's actually no 43 kilowatt AC between Dublin and somewhere in Northern Ireland.
132.
So yeah, we'll see you guys in Castle Bellingham. a 10-minute stop in Mageera. In Dungannon. Our next stop is Mageera, 47 kilometers away, where we'll be meeting another Zoe owner. The weather is still incredibly bad, and there's a lot of water on the road. Lots of I don't know if you can actually see it if you look at it on the left-hand side. Yeah, yes. We're gonna need an amphibious Zoe. Apparently there's reports of snow in parts of the west in Donegal and Leitrim. We're currently still on 11 degrees. I can't see it actually. Well, you know, you never know, it might start dropping on the other side of the hills, but at the moment we're okay. Just it's very, very wet. Right, Mageera. And a second Zoe, driven by Will. Lovely in white.
This is
that's mine. So hello guys, that's Will.
Hi, I'm Will.
Yes.
Charged up NI.
Charge up NI.
We're in
Look him up.
Northern Ireland jurisdiction.
Yes, we are in Northern Ireland jurisdiction.
We're all European.
We're all European, exactly.
Especially today.
Check him out in his lovely white Zoe.
Yes.
And we're going to continue. We're at 93% at the moment. We've been here for what, 30 minutes now?
Yeah.
So time to move on. Londonderry next, if we get over the hills.
You will.
There were reports of snow in Leitrim, as well as Donegal. I'm not looking forward to that.
Right. That's why we're all wearing big coats.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Right.
All electric
so, time to move.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Will.
Lovely to meet you, Jan. Jan.
Yeah.
You know, my relatives are actually Dutch as well.
Oh, great.
300 years ago.
We're everywhere.
Brands van Ufferdien.
Oh, good God. Stuck. We're just outside of Derry, Londonderry, and there appears to be some accident. The weather is really, really bad, and we can't really maintain our speed because it's just not safe to do so. Yeah, the rain hasn't stopped since Dublin. I knew the weather would be bad, but this is actually getting ridiculous. I hope we're allowed to pass this particular barrier. I also hope nobody got hurt, but it looks like there's a fire brigade out there. Is there anything on the left hand side that you can see?
Nope.
No.
Nothing.
So we'll have to wait and see what's after happening here. Now, here we are. Yuck. So this will be our last charge before Malin Head. We are currently running probably about an hour behind schedule.
Yeah, about an hour, I'd say, yeah.
About an hour, which is not bad considering.
Weather.
In all honesty, I think we could have done it faster in a boat. Okay, anyway, we'll go check out the petrol station behind us for some refreshments and we'll be on our way. 23 minutes later, we are at 94% and we are on our way to Mizen Head, which is 54 kilometers away, and the weather is absolutely horrendous. So I have a feeling we're going to need a bigger boat. There's already been reports of flooding along the route back, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, pardon the pun. At the moment we are going to go to Malin Head, which we will hopefully get there before midnight.
Alright, so we are almost in Malin Head. The weather is still very bad. I can't see yeah.
After 200 meters, you have reached your destination.
Thank
It
you.
is on your
Fine
left.
there.
Yeah, that's not quite it. This is the lower car park. The actual Malin Head is up here.
We keep going. Oh yeah, a couple of last turn there.
There it is.
Here we go. We can see.
You have reached your destination. It is on your left.
Over there. Right, you can see in the dark there the actual sign on the ground. Okay. I can't see it anymore. And here we are. This is Malin Head. We made it. We got the banner out. This is perfect. So representing the Irish EV Owner Association tonight in Malin Head.
The rain is going sideways, absolutely sideways. Anyway, we made it, and I have a picture to prove it of me holding up the banner. Barely. It nearly flew away. So that would have been lovely to actually mention, going, what happened to the banner? The banner blew away.
Turn around when possible.
Right, turn around when possible. We are going back. Right, okay. Londonderry. It's still raining like crazy. We actually decided, in the interest of safety, it would be best for us to actually drive back via the east coast because it's motorway or larger roads. And there's been reports of flooding in the west, so I don't think we'll be doing ourselves any favour by going back that way. So what we're doing now is I've rolled my seat back and we'll be here for another half an hour, so we're going to take a bit of a power nap. We're taking turns driving, and we're just going to take it handy and arrive alive, as they say. Right, Dungannon. We've done about 840 kilometres. We bypassed Magira, 93 kilometres from Londonderry to Magira, and it is now roughly 3 o'clock in the morning. The next stop is Castlebellingham southbound. The weather has improved slightly, it's still very windy, as you can hear. The rain has kind of stopped. We're taking kind of turns in driving, and the other person is taking naps in the back seat. So far so good. Onwards. Right, Castlebellingham southbound. Sadly closed. That's our next stop, 65 kilometers. We'll have to stay here for a little while. The weather is absolutely horrendous. As you can probably tell, because I'm absolutely drenched from plugging in and from walking over only to find that they're closed. So yeah, I think it's time for a cat nap, because I think we'll have to be here for at least half an hour, if not longer. Right guys, it is 10 minutes past 5 in the morning. We're on the M1 towards Dublin, and we've basically been tracking the weather, which is crap. There's a weather warning in effect for pretty much the entire country. Orange one for rainfall in the northern part and wind and all sorts of things. So yeah, it's great weather to be doing this. In saying that, I think we are making good progress considering. Our next stop is Dublin Airport, and after that we're going to go with our heads against the wind, even more so. See you guys. Now Dublin Airport, charging away after the usual trouble. I think it only took 6 swipe cards, and I think I had to restart the charge 3 times for it to get it actually started, so the usual problem. But we're charging, I think with the weather, the next stop is going to be either Naas or Junction 14, but I won't be driving it. Right, refreshment time. So still at the airport, as you can see, we have driven 982 kilometers so far. And just out of interest, this is the battery temperature, only a cozy 27 degrees. The hottest I've seen it was 31, I think, and that was only briefly. So the cold weather, well, sorry, the actual wet weather probably helped a little. But we've done nearly 1,000 kilometers, and the actual battery temperature is not any warmer than a swimming pool would be. Right, 7 o'clock. Charging in Naas. Total of, what is it, 1,027 kilometers
Indeed.
driven?
Yeah.
Lovely. Getting seasick yet, people. Now, what's this, ESB? Click pause, see the way it flashes. You hit car. Starting up the fan. And solid again. And now we're continuing. And that is exactly what a lot of other chargers of this particular brand are not doing. Anyway, we are in Mannerstone service station. The sun has come up again. I believe it's 8:15 thereabouts. So yeah, we're behind schedule. Definitely, but there's weather warnings and everything, so I think we're making good progress, thanks to the weather, or in spite of the weather, I should say. Right, I need a cup of coffee. Yeah, it's a little low. It's really funny, it's 7%. We've had 7% before without the actual flashing bit. Okay, 10:32 as you can see in the top right, which means we have been driving for 24 hours now, and we're not in Mizen Head, sadly. However, what we have done is a grand total of, well, it says 1,214, but I actually forgot to reset the trip counter when we got to Mizen Head, so it's more like 1,201 kilometer in 24 hours. Pretty damn good. Hello, picked up a third passenger. Charging in Mallow at the Tesco, and we are going to be going to Bandon, and hopefully at some stage we'll get there. And from there on, it's one straight line to Mizen Head, and hopefully we'll get there before 3 o'clock. And back in Bandon, last charge before Mizen Head. 3 o'clock, so 28 hours and 30 minutes. So total mileage minus 10, so that's 1,382.4.
Oh,
we did it!
It's
time to go to bed?
Sorry, yeah, and it's very cold as well.
Yes, it is very cold.
So,
it's very windy.
It is.
Right.
And there's no internet
And it's horrible out here. Let's go back inside. Alright, we made it. Now we are back at the B&B, Heron's Cove. Both EVs parked in front, and just to show you guys, my car is charging, 13 hours and 25 minutes left, and that is because I have got myself a nice granny cable, but kindly supplied by Phil Fitzgerald from the evcompany.com. Please look him up if you get the chance. Thanks very much, Phil, for your help. This would not have been possible without you. So that should actually get me to 100% by tomorrow, which is plenty to get back home. So yeah, this has been great. It's been a very long day, and I'm absolutely wrecked. I think it's time for dinner and an early night. So as usual, thanks everybody for watching, and we shall talk to you guys in the next one, which will hopefully be just a normal episode rather than something, you know, silly.